Number 1. Blackpink's Lisa. After the incredibly busy schedule in the States, Lisa got back to South Korea, and to many people's surprise, YG Entertainment shortly announced after that, on November 24th, that she tested positive for COVID-19, despite having 2 shots of vaccine injected. The company also said that though 3 other members hadn't come into contact with any other positive cases, but for the sake of everyone's safety, they would also do a COVID-19 test to assure nothing bad would happen. Fortunately, all the other 3 girls' results came out negative, but also unfortunately, Lisa somehow still got bashed heavily after that. Of course, it wasn't like she was the very first case of K-pop, then got the whole industry infected. But somehow, netizens still blamed her for not knowing how to protect herself from the virus, to perfectly comply with the government warnings, and most especially, to let her condition interrupt the important schedule of her members. There was even a post on Pan trying to act like the person was just informing how Lisa tested positive for COVID-19, but in fact, implicitly tried to criticize her. Along with a screenshot of YG's statement, the OP said, "There were a lot of people who said that they got vaccinated but still tested positive for COVID-19. So it's not okay to not wear masks, to go out and to party. I think this is the case." Surprisingly, even with this criticizing tone undercover, the post still got up to 649 upvotes. On the internet, other photos of Lisa partying with DJ Snake were dug up. And in here, netizens noticed how she moved from not wearing the mask properly to taking it off shortly after that. Many akgae fans of Jisoo, and probably of other members as well, also jumped on the hate bandwagon and threw shade at Lisa. According to them, it was all because of her that Jisoo would have to put off, or even call off the promotion for Snowdrop, while this drama was super important to her acting career. Moreover, because there were some rumors that Blackpink was working hard for their comeback, but with the current condition of Lisa, everything was again pushed back, she was also hated a lot, though the whole thing was apparently out of her control. But do you know what's even more ridiculous? While Jennie was already reported to be negative with COVID-19, on the same day, many netizens still dug up the past photos of her going to a Halloween party without wearing a mask. A netizen even brought this topic to Pan and criticized her for being careless, as well as not acting properly as a celebrity. Some even dragged Rosé into the mess, hating on her for taking off her mask when going to see a basketball match. Of course, because the whole story made absolutely no sense, a lot of people were also there to defend the girls, and especially Lisa. As they pointed out, netizens were being ridiculously harsh on Lisa, because when other idols hung out with no masks, no one really seemed to care. Plus, as YG Entertainment also stated clearly that the members didn't come into contact with other people, and everything Lisa did in the States was for her work, there was nothing wrong on her side. About the party Lisa had with DJ Snake, some also found out that she actually wore the mask most of the time there, and netizens were just spreading misleading news. Plus, as she was actually there to promote Money, which explains why you can see the song playing there in the club, her fans believe it also made no sense to criticize her for mindlessly partying amidst the pandemic. Number 2. Chungha Twice's Sana, Cosmic Girls' Yeonjung, Dia's Jung Chaeyeon, and Gugudan's Mina. Back in December 2020, the news of Chungha testing positive with COVID-19 broke out. And besides opinions wishing her to get better soon, there was also criticism pointing at her for acting carelessly. After M&H Entertainment confirmed Chungha's case, and said that she would self-isolate as well as put off all activities for the safety of everyone, netizens quickly found out about the situation where she possibly got infected with the virus, from gathering with other idols for dinner night on December 4th. As reported by many outlets, this dinner was joined by many other stars like Twice's Sana, Cosmic Girls' Yeonjung, Dia's Jung Chaeyeon, and Gugudan's Mina. Luckily, all these 4 members tested negative with COVID-19. Still, the reactions toward these idols were super harsh, and some said couldn't understand why they had to gather amid the critical conditions just for a meal. Moreover, since Chungha was promoting for her single X at the time, and the other girls also had to interact with lots of people, as that was the end of the year where many award shows and events happened, netizens believed had they wanted to meet up with their friends so bad like that, they should have quit being idols and being bad models for fans. Among the girls, Sana was probably criticized most heavily, because before the news about Chungha testing positive was published, Sana had gone to Mama and performed with Twice. Then things got even worse after the Record Entertainment and Swing Entertainment announced that IZ*ONE and their staff would test for COVID-19 after attending Mama. As the group was promoting for their 4th mini-album, One Reeler / Act 4 at the time, the criticism pointing at Sana grew even bigger because some feared that IZ*ONE would have to pull off their schedule as well. Chungha was then the second most criticized because after that, MLD also released a statement saying all members of Momoland would take the COVID-19 test as precautionary measures because they went to the same salon as her. However, because getting affected by COVID-19 was out of their control, and at the time, lots of events with the attendance of many people still happened. For example, the organization of Mama 2020, many believe that it was ridiculous to point fingers at the girls, especially Sana and Chungha, for some gatherings that everyone did. Moreover, some also accuse netizens of being hypocritical, because with social distancing restrictions being loosened, it was certain that many people also had frequent gatherings with their friends. And the fact that they suddenly became super exemplary citizens online was hilarious. Number 3. SF9's Youngbin. Well, actually this case isn't exactly like Youngbin tested positive with COVID-19, but rather his members got affected by the virus. But the criticism pointed at him for saying controversial things about vaccines. Recently, on October 14th, F&C Entertainment announced that Dawon and Hui Young tested positive for the virus after coming into close contact with a staff member. But luckily, all other members of the group were safe. After the news broke out, attention was quickly drawn to the leader of SF9, Youngbin, because just 2 weeks before that, he literally just went on a V-Live broadcast and shared, "They said getting the vaccine hurt, so I didn't get vaccinated. Honestly, I don't think I'll get COVID-19 even if I don't get vaccinated, because I'm not exposed to the dangers of COVID-19." Also different from the previous cases, it seemed like a lot of people believed the criticism heading at Youngbin were justified, because as a K-pop idol with lots of fans under his influence, saying something so negative about vaccines like that was irresponsible. The chat was even joined by a netizen claiming herself to be a scientist. And according to this person, people like Youngbin were making it more difficult to fight back the pandemic, because he literally just promoted fear, uncertainty, and false information. However, there were also many fans who were there to defend Youngbin, because as they pointed out, his words were taken out of context, and the outlets were maliciously trying to paint him out as an irresponsible idol. As some fans explain, he wasn't against vaccination, but rather tried to apply for a shot but failed due to the availability at that time. Moreover, he did mention later in the V-Live that he would definitely get vaccinated soon. And though he expressed worry about some of the side effects, which was actually what everyone was scared of, the hate he received was just ridiculous. Still, under the fierce public pressure, Youngbin still issued an apology after that, saying he was deeply reflecting over the careless remark and promised to be more careful down the road. So, do you think netizens are being too harsh with their standards? Or should these idols have been more careful? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting content. Thank you for watching.